One moment.
One measly dungeon, how bad can it be?
No, Dario. I'm not doing this.
This is your fault. You went soft on that merchant. Barely nicked him. Reckon he lived and ratted us out to the constable. So we're gonna lay low in these ruins and sit on our haul. Who knows? Maybe we'll find treasures inside that'll make us rich.
Rich? You're gonna kill us all. Wow's eyes. Who are you?
We'll keep moving. No one wants you here.
I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have listened to you. First you said we should come to the Living Lands, and I went with you.
Stealing from that merchant was your idea, though. And credit where credit is due. It was a solid one.
Now you want me to break into some dungeon full of traps?
Kuta, bow. If it bothered you that... Told you we should have gone into the ruins instead. I told you it'd be...
Take your best shot. For new armor. That's one for us. One moment.
You been to those Pargrunin ruins yet? Nothing like good stuff, is there? Best thing the gods gave us. Like, it isn't dangerous everywhere? What do you think you're gonna do? Sveth makes the world look different. Well, you're saying stupid things then. Now what was I...
Hey there, brother. Or, were you here on empirical business? I'm allowed to be here, you know. I'm not breaking any law, because there are none. And I haven't run guns in... You enjoy the sunshine. That's how you...
I'd hate for it to happen to you. One moment. I think I sprained my shoulder.
Who disturbs us?
For you! Aim where? Let's go. One moment. Where's my mark?
Right behind you.
We make a good squad. One moment. What's the target? One moment.
We have been here before. Do you hear the dust whisper on the wind? Mussels in the tide pools, the swell of life. Now our memory is a wound reopened. You are Nimana, one of those who speak for us. Your gift shone a different shade from others of your kind. The souls of the departed danced before you like sea foam. Tell us, what did you make of the songs they sang to you? You were blind to the future as we are. They did not understand. One day, a voice called you to the wilds outside your village. Find us in the highest heights we said, "Come, speak to us." You left your world behind, set off upon uncharted sea. Reflect. The body fights to survive, but the mind is clear. One day, you came to the place where the stone challenged the clouds. Night fell. 100 blazing lights refracted in the sky. We appeared. Your essence joined with ours. We shared what we had seen. You perceived us in new colors. Tell us, Nimana, what did you learn? Petals in perfect mirrors. The Akita already were. You sailed home to the village, eager to share what you had seen. We prickled. Something was wrong. Trouble like salt on the breeze. People had chased the water back. They raised the wood and stone. They built a tremendous temple. They offered us their stores of food. A bond. They cowered before it. They grew jealous of it. They feared you. They feared us. They tried to placate, to control. Your eyes turned up. You saw a statue, a prison. This was not our form. A wellspring boiled. Our cry rose in your throat. This could not stand. A tongue bitten. You hung your head. They piled the offerings higher. Why did you not speak for us? The runt betrays the herd. The ground shakes. The thorns prick. A crack carves through the pillars. Why? We fall. We fall. We did not ask for this power. We see. Oh, we remember now. A cut. A chasm as deep as the sea. A wound gouged into our skin in our thrashing. We did this. To punish? To harm? No. We did not think. We merely flinched. The sun rose on the barren earth. We had swallowed the village. Nothing but ruins remained. Those who survived were cast adrift, whales beached on the sand. You could have led them. But in the chaos, you had disappeared. A voice ignored until it was too late. People again condemned to a village. One day, in time, all those who spoke for us came to Thirdborn to face their expedition without memory. The trial. We saw the clay settle on the ammonite, and we learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky.
unseen, unheard. Next one's mine. That it? Thomas Memorial. Never thought anything could contain that man, you know? That booming laugh, that bottomless appetite, boundless energy. Now he's under a pile of rocks. To be alone? With my thoughts? Huh. Envoy, that's the last thing I want. This is where you're supposed to distract me, lighten the mood with a wisecrack or something. Don't be. I don't know where to begin either. There's something I didn't tell you about Thomas' death. Remember how I noticed he'd lost his badge? I went out. I told him I was going to go find it. He told me to stay. I said I'd be right back. I walked away, Envoy, and I kept walking. Not since returning with you. Couldn't imagine anyone would be too happy to see me after everything. Now you know why I never went back to his house in Emerald Stair. Why I never came back to Thirdborn. At least I'm in good company. The truth is, traveling with you and Marius, getting to know Giada, it's felt easy. Too easy. I've gotten comfortable. You're so clear-headed, so easy to follow that I've been able to... But I'm not that guy, Envoy. I'm not a joiner. I'm good for a skirmish, some war stories, a few drinks, but I'm not someone you keep around. Come on, you know I let people down. I let them down when they're counting on me most. Self-compassion. That's a bomb for out. I know what I am. But he's not here, and that is because of me. What? He died pulling my ass out of the fire, and I still... How can I remember him? He was all those things. I guess I stopped thinking of him as anything other than a dying man I left behind. I never realized I'd let my failure change the way. One of the things I loved about Tama was how he gave us, no matter where we'd come from or what we'd done. I drifted to Paradise, but never thought about where I'd go from this. Tama always talked about the places he hoped to see. The islands of Deadfire, the tundras of Nasitok, the ancient cities of Old Valia. Maybe I ought to see some of those places for us both. As a traveler, not a soldier. Once we've stopped the Dream Scourge and dealt with the Steel Garrote. I've got some things to sort out, but it feels...
One moment.
Hey, you there! Sign says to take... Do they not have signs in... Or wait. Typical. Remember this next...
Another glorious battle. Quiet as the depths. How'd you do that?
One moment. One moment. Nice work.
You take lead.
One moment.
The sand needs you, Moana. I was talking to myself. Or, I don't know. I had a dream about crossing the great sand, great dunes, and shifting clouds. I'm not sure. I have to know. What a strange question. Or maybe they're... I told you, I'll be fine. It's not like I should get going.
Thank you for telling. The Dream Scourge. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the Living Lands. How can anyone expect? As if the Dream Scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the adherents are... They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our... Agreed. They can no longer hide in the... It's too bad. We've... I've been better. Maybe it has something to do with my home burning down. My apologies for acting cynical, but... It feels as if nature, politics, and even... I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but... You too.
Listen, I didn't think I'd ever trust someone the way I trusted him. But both of you have a clear... I'm happy to be proven wrong. I know. Like I just woke up with every feeling, every memory I tried to... But... I'm also remembering moments. It's...
We think of grief as a burden, as something to be conquered.
I wish this were another burden to conquer. It's hard to imagine grief ever being a comfort.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks. And thank you for seeing this. Was there something else? Night, envoy. What is it you like so much about ghost stories, Giada?
Careful with that thing.
You feel that? Must be magical. Hope it doesn't give me weird dreams. Anyway, what is it you like so much about ghost stories, Giada?
Well...
The attack seems to be over. Everyone okay?
That was... I think I saw my uncle out there. He left a few weeks ago on a trade caravan.
Yeah, could mean nothing. Could be someone else. Don't give up hope.
I saw his face through a crack in the gates. It's him! I don't want it to be him.
We can go check if you'd like.
Are we safe in here? Will the dream throw us break through?
Who needs fabric?
That's not a fair question to ask.
Wish I could give it out for free, but... I still have to eat. We'd run out of resources eventually. This plague needs... Anyway... Did you need any...
Well, if it isn't, glad to see you. And you'll be glad to hear I can bring the prices down. be damned. Never thought I'd see star metal. Short answer, long answer, still no. But the Forge Master in Solace Keep is probably your best.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure? No one...
If you knew how rare this stuff is.
All right, I said she would. You said she would.
Ismalt's meteoric apparatus. A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the high. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hate. Still, Adra inlay, brass filigree. Whew. She could use a strong hand. You interest? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the.
One moment.
Be nice if we had guns like that. I wouldn't be so fucking terrified of the dream thralls otherwise.
Guns like...
Hey, got a second?
I've got to take a piss. Oh, I've got my whole shift at... Oh, God's bless you, hon.
Love, look, it's him.
Could you...
Oh, Envoy? You get her out.
Envoy, it's so good to see you alive and well. Peaceful. Like when we first made our way to Paradis so many years ago.
Peaceful's an interesting word to use, love. The dream.
Yes, well, the gods have been handling them. How have the living lands been treating you?
Finally, someone that sees the beauty that this place holds.
Just don't ignore the danger. Speaking of, we have whoever lived here last must have left this armor behind.
I know, thank you.
Be safe out there.
Funny seeing you here.
I thought I could have depended on the on.
Godlike. Winds above. You're...
Chico? When did you get so tall?
Kai! You're here too? We've got to do something about the Dream Scourge. It's worst ever, and we can't afford to lose anyone. People like Kai. And...
Me? But Capo, he's the real deal. That old...
that Leviathan hanging over the market? Exactly. Uncle K... But, well... I've tried everything to convince him to get out. If Thirdborn could see him up on those walls, I hate to impose, but would you... He's tired of hearing from me.
One moment.
Yeah. If you need something, get over here and talk to me. Oh, let me guess. My Nikai sent you. That kid's be...
Old man Capo.
Kai, what rock have you been hiding under? Those...
Your eyesight finally going? But we didn't come here to talk about my handsome mug. That Nikai of yours still getting underfoot?
Ah, like a cannonball in a rolling deck, that kid. Damn child won't stop hovering over me. They keep trying to send so-called heroes over to cheer me up. Back when Thirdborn was no more than a husk on the cliffside, we had... I've slain 1,000 Zorips. Oh, I had but a few harpoons and a single boat that morning. It had taken... When I found it, the beast heaved itself up. I thrust a harpoon... Oh, it took days to...
I love the story. Even if the fish...
Ah, well, those days are long past. Still, maybe Chico was onto something when they sent you. Ah, good to... I tell you what. This old man would like to ask a boon of you. I want to see my heart one last time. Will you get it for me? A trial at the fair. A Leviathan heart is a rare thing. And I had the only one in the living lands. No, but now, I'm dying. I can get it for me. Beyond that...
Still all...
Good luck. Godlike.
You've been busy, old man. Does Chico know what you've been...
Ah, well, I'm glad somebody thinks so. Fools here didn't...
Well, if you thought that was fun, I have some jagged flaming crevices.
Huh. Well, you managed well.
You earned it, Humma.
Thank you. You've made an old man very happy in his life.
If you need skates, we got things for you to kill. Ah, hello, stranger. Wait, was it an elf?
Oh, the one that looks like they lick wet paint for...
Gods know the twins always seem to be involved in the dumbest shit. What did you even get from them? In case they don't teach you this in your hometown, you shouldn't ingest weird substances straight. You have to just say no. I wish this was the dumbest thing these two have... More often than not. The twins feel like they have to give us something to talk about at family dinner, I think. Only explanation I can...
Right, okay. I can keep track of maybe one more brother. Any more than...
Didn't you know? The twins are my brothers. Though I guess I can see the confusion. I'll have to have a talk with them, especially now that Aiko and his friends won't be allowed back in town. I worry for all the children of Adir if the constant. Just because I'm not their natural brother doesn't mean. What do you mean? Oh no, what happened?
We're sorry to have to tell you like this, but...
I suppose it was only a matter of time before his Well, seems like I have to thank you for letting me know. Here, we hand these out to the kids from time to time. Makes them feel... I'll take the drugs from here. So again, thank you. Really? One less thing for me to worry. One less thing for me to... One less thing for... Oh wait, that's everything off the board, isn't it?
Welcome back.
Minowa, thank goodness I found you. I must share this with you.
You shouldn't have.
No, this is important. Stay a moment. Let me speak. Minowa, how thy waves do break upon my haggard shore. The horizon of thy smile filleth me to the gunwales.
Honestly, Umato.
In the fleet of love, thou art the admiral. Thy seagull cry pierceth my heart. I will follow thee as the crow flies until the end of my days.
You're so... creative.
Oh, you hesitate. Have I offended you somehow? Do you doubt my regard for you?
Well, you did compare me to a seagull.
One moment.
An entire city coming in flames? And they stole your research?
Yes. And I'm going to get it back.
Why do you spend so much on clay, Merrick?
Who killed you?
Pots look fine.
They're urns for ashes. They're supposed to look dignified on a shelf.
Why does it matter? They're dead. Seems like a waste of coin to me.
Yeah, I'm not taking advice from someone who makes bowls to shit in.
Good thing they burned that shack down. Mushrooms growing up the walls. You hung? Let's get... That's what they say. Can I get you?
Damn my eye. My dear envoy, just the... noble in mission and spirit. I envy you to have met him. I fear he never made it.
He's practically an Adiran citizen.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall grass pikemen on... I'm afraid I don't make it down the coast much. I'm wandering. Forgive me, envoy. I am Nagunu, beleaguered captain of an dear Taue, Koa, Ranga. They saw Adir with me, you know, then...
Maybe the...
I am drunk on memory only. I only wish I could invite my crew to... Is that so? You see, would you venture out beyond the walls? I knew the moment if anyone could convince Tawei Ko... Just to the northeast, but... Deathly... She's a scholar. Of course. Oath by...
Today, another drunkard. Welcome. What can I do? Are you kidding? Anybody who's anybody comes through my... Now, did you want some? That's an understatement. You want to... Nothing like Paradise, of course. Never thought in a deer. Actually, I've been waiting for a few bear... My supplier, Falkeen, has been sitting on it. I'd be happy to reward... Now. Oh, maybe I should hire a bard. Better than off-key shanties all day.
One moment.
Are they dead? That is a sound.
It can make you stronger, but...
Let's go, Namiho.
If Shatterscarp is like this now, well, we should get going too.
Oh, gods. And Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why he's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't... No. You're just a bearer of bad tidings.
I know you're upset, Tamerti, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research, but you know that if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill him myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a... To head sharpshooter first class of Shatterscarp to Merti Kaiwa. Ludwig wants the ruins of Naku Kubel, or will suffer, just like Fior Messiverne. Another shit atop the pile, then. Not that I can do a damn...
You're not going to give in, are you? Those ruins are a...
I know, Yatsley. If we give them an inch, the Adirans won't stop until they have everything. But even if I wanted to hand over the ruins, they aren't in my power to surrender. Trust me, I am very aware of all those things. You might even say I've been fighting. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's no one's getting in or out.
Ringrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence is... She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area... I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
The Queen of Terror. But why Naku Kubel specifically? The ruins have stood for centuries. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding up, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage... So, Ludwine wants the ruins. But even if I wanted to give them over, Ringrim controls them.
Everything I've ever learned tells me not to go digging.
Look on the bright side. If we survive this...
When an Archmage like Ringrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, there are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard... It's definitely practical, I'll give her... I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But, head east of here, go past... And Yatsley, be careful. If Quilichi lost you...
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerti. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my...
That's what I'm afraid of. Good. It might convince her. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatsley, come back and speak with me. I need your help with some...
How exciting. We're off to see an Archmage. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff.
With her around, we're going into more creepy holes in the ground, aren't we?
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern.
They're not going to be good enough. Did you see the attack? It was so brutal. Where? This isn't good enough.
Your work is the best this side of the water.
Yoo-hoo! Ah, there you are. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance. One does not simply... Tell me, dearie, how much do you... Oh, the Circle of Archmagi are the most... Whatever the reason, the fact... Oh, Aldra's titties. The Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. I know that, Envoy, but I suspect there must be something in there of interest to Reengrim. I'll be with you. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the Godless. I can show you the way to Reengrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less... You'll need me to get you in the door, so... Of course.
Oh, good. Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go... If she's read anything about the garden... Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be anyone. Not before I've done some reading. I suppose if you're on a wild goose... I thought I'd give it a try. Yatsley's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows? How come the answers are never... I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another. I'm sure we'll be fine. Anyway. If I must.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. It's not that. You ever come back to a place and feel like the something to be said for Thirdborn was always this. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to... All that vigor's been wrung dry. Being back. Yeah. But I thought age was supposed... I think what's eating at me is that the Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a... Temerity's leading them as best she can, but... Or it'll go the way of the Godless, and I'm not sure which idea makes me... What about you? You were sent by your... Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tension. You released Igwolf, but you didn't stop the Steel Garrote's attack on Fjord. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I can take watch. I'll be up a while. It should have been Chico. You helped me come to terms with losing. I just worry we've robbed Chico of that. Maybe so. Tama's memory and the... Until you came... Thirdborn's missing a lot of... Like they're cut from a different cloth. A more... I guess a lot's changed. Thirdborn's only survived because... I just hope the people living behind those... Shake the sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
Despite everything that's happened, in many ways, Quilici has been like a second father to me. As long as you don't feed her after midnight. She gets gassy. While I have your attention, why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly in... She's a smart one. We should be ready for anything. Until next time.
To the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting. But I suppose this will do for now. Just as things could be worse, they could also. But as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I'm the only buyer you'll find here. A lesson for next time, darling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time, and I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. Technically, yeah. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know... I'm sure they were sick to death of hearing me speak of the... Oh, Lendergrath transfers their memories. Reengrim is a master... I'm sure they thought it was harmless. What is childhood but for silly thing? My father was able to pull me from the flames as I burned myself badly enough to give myself... Just the usual things. Not studying for an exam, having ordered... They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams. Oh. Well, just be sure to have... Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly haven't.
I've been a lot of places I never wanted to go.
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and... Oh, Envoy, might I still... Well, it's the waiting that makes the payoff so... I can't believe Fjord's gone. I'm going to personally find... I can't believe we were lucky that the Steel Garrote are also bad. At least we were able to get everyone to say... I don't know how things are in Paradise. I mean... Oh, I didn't move to Fjord until I was 20. Or somewhere around there, give or take a few. You see, Emerald Stair has Naku Tade. And, as a young at heart godless scholar, I've traveled... That's how I met Temerti. Thirdborn's close to Naku Kubel. In fact, there are. But I had to go out and find new ruins to get lost. I still go out often. I've cataloged many ruins. And coming home to a warm welcome is... Oh, part of it is my... It's hard to hate someone when they drop by. My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was to... Quilici and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. Then I dazzled him with my delightful... Then he showed me an abandoned ruin outside.
Are you joking? He's my mentor.
Oh, no. They're both handsome humans, of course. But Giada is like family to both. He taught her a lot of what he knows. She spent days in our... I still can't quite believe that everything we've built is gone. It makes you wonder how everything... At least Quilici is with them. Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less frazzled. Try not to have to. How can I help? Well, though between your dreams and mine, it's a wonder. You remember that I... It was an accident. Well, short... It started at first with... I thought it was a... I learned more every time. I assumed it was a library, at least, to explain why there was... I don't know. I can never move... In the library, there's just one person. But they're wearing a hood. They do the same thing every night. They curl up, then... The fear... Just a low, deep banging. And it replaces the beat of your heart with this drone.
A beat. Steel feet.
And then, as it just gets louder and louder, and right before it gets...
You've been listening to too many...
And let me tell you, waking up in a cold sweat does nothing for my fur. How sibilant. It's strange. I suppose I must like you quite a bit, Envoy. You know, Envoy, we've traveled enough that I think I've gotten a handle on... style of fighting, I mean. I could probably teach you a thing or two. What do you say? How about I show you a little bit of a... What? I'll talk to one of the boys. See if they can help with your stamina, dear. Well, I've taught you all I can. I wish... but the... Obviously, you... I can know that I... For better or for... But it gives you some... I mean... Well... Unless... How can I... Don't let the bedbugs bite, dear. Or... I think it was worth it. Well, just had you left them a cure myself. But, well, unless there's something... How can... These... Hard to keep, and true. You're a dear for offering. It'll just make our reunion. Quilici and I got you after 30 years. Oh, very true. Also, when Giada was young, her parents preferred us take... All things You're too... As much as I enjoy our little chat... Oh, but if you do... Tired already, Envoy? Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. The soil does not want these cities. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring... The Song of Kin. We want all of them gone. We will... Pilchards growing on bushes. Death nourishes the soil. The spider devours her. We ponder.
The Archmage certainly knows how to make a first impression.
I hadn't had a chance to see all this before. It's magnificent. Come on, let's go introduce ourselves to an Archmage. This is it. Ringrim was definitely here.
What gave it away? The tableau of frozen corpses? The Archmage of Terror is many things.
Yes, but look at them. The artistry...
Whatever you say, yeah. Regardless, we didn't come across this by accident. The Archmage is trying to frighten us.
A spell. Ringgrim's using her illusions to make people choose to stay away. Of course I probably can. All spells have a counter. But we can figure that out later. Right now? Yes, actually. Once a university, the section that housed those tomes was blocked by a spell akin to this one.
They should have known better than to get in the way of it.
I did leave them a small note, spritzed with a lovely floral scent. One should always. We should get going, but stay close.
Morbid, disturbing, intimidating. But I like it. At the risk of state... Stating the obvious, it's pretty damn cold. The seasons are all wrong. Nature is grimacing.
Stay close. Greenbrim's tried to scare us off, but we won't let her, will we? Whew. What a frosty welcome. I'm covered in fur and even I'm freezing. It's just a trick, Envoy. A well-crafted cold trick. Keep moving.
I believe that is the spear we've been looking for.
Visitors, do you know what this moment calls for? A beautiful, macabre story that lingers in the mind. You wish to find me in my town? You'll have to wait until I tell this tale.
We are not getting up there. Unless Yatsley sprouts a pair of wings.
There's got to be a way. Let's snoop around.
Land shaped in the dreamer's image, not with stone or axe, but with essence. Songs of ancient magic. Could we sing to them?
Once, a very important statue fell to pieces, and an entire village perished because it wouldn't put the statue back together again.
Even more bodies.
Let's put these bones to rest. Let's finish this.
You asked for it! On your left, dear!
Restore the statue. I will see it inside my tower.
Green is a show-off. Too hot!
This wizard is making us jump through hoops.
I think it's part and parcel. Maybe she's trying to teach us something.
The Archmage could be toying with us. But perhaps there's a reason. That statue seems important.
It's probably connected to that village, Ringrim.
Most likely. The head and the hand are gone. What's the significance?
It's even missing its heart. See the... Oh, and Ringrim left... There once stood a village protected by a statue. For a time, the village prospered. For a time, there was the thought that the winter would never come. But then the statue shattered, and winter did come. And the village could not make a decision to save itself. If you insist, dearie, there once stood a village protected by a statue. For a time... Oh, yes.
Puzzles are known to sharpen the mind. Logically, I know these were put here to frighten us. And yet, I'm still frightened.
Gather round. They're coming.
That's done.
Sometimes cold reason is necessary.
A heart of stone. It's quite realistic, isn't it?
And warm to the touch. Strange, though not unpleasant.
Archmagi truly are inscrutable creatures, aren't they?
We've got company. To the right. Onward, watch your left.
Walk like it's hard. That's done. Walk like like it's hard. Child's play.
Couldn't have done it better.
On the left!
Watch your right!
The village wanted so badly to do the right thing.
You're here for my Adra piece, aren't you? You can't have it!
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll die without the Adra. Please? The other villagers... what if they take it?
I don't think they can hear us. They're like a song stuck in your head, repeating the same verse.
I told the other villagers I need it. Don't take the Adra piece. Is there no other way? Please.
If the village had been as...
That poor man. Was he a real person once? Did all that happen to him?
Whether he was real or not, he was put here to prove a point. Either way, it's cruel.
Well, for better or worse, I can't wait to find out more.
We're doing a lot of work to impress someone more powerful than us. I hope it's worth it.
I'm sure they go somewhere. Let's go see where.
envoy.
Who's next? Anyone?
That's done. Child.
The village was on the verge of destruction, but still they argued.
And there's the hat. We have everything now. Let's hurry back and see how it all works.
That ought to be the final piece. Let's be done with this.
It's the lesson rather than the authenticity of the story that matters. Yes. We've got all the pieces. Quick. Off we go.
Tread lightly. The Archmage is expecting us, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're welcome.
We're going into an Archmage's tower. It'll all be fine. Oh, at least exciting.
You may. Unfortunately, I still have reading to do. Amuse yourself with these skeletons when I finish this paragraph.
That had better be a really good book.
What are you doing, Archmage?
Noise necessary.
Look at the three of you. It's like something out of a book. A godlike of an unknown deity, an exiled animancer, and a rainbow-colored wizard. All looking for a garden, from what I've gleaned.
It is her. We felt the pluck of her fingers outside our door. Sir, who is she? What does she seek?
My little puzzle was very clever, wasn't it? A challenge.
We didn't come all this way to stroke your ego, Archmage. We seek answers.
Fear peels away all of one's pretense. Mortals are their most sincere when they're under stress. Also, I needed to finish my reading. Although it would have been amusing if you died for it. What did you think I was trying to tell you with the puzzle? Two hands of Adir, reaching for the same thing. Sorry, but I'm not. Consider listening for a moment before you resort to I came to the Living Lands because the sickness here, this dream scourge, fascinated me. This plague shouldn't exist. It can't, and yet it does. The essence of the Living Lands is falling into chaos and entropy. It's more powerful than anything I've seen. I suspect it has something to do with how the Adra has been severed from the rest of the world. I believe the answers lie in the ruins, but the essence there is so strong it's blocking my spell work, which has never happened before. Ever. No one enters Naku Kubel until I get to the bottom of this. Sorry. Curiouser and curiouser. What is so special about you, godlike? You have my interest. Show me if you live up to it. Are you? Oh my. I didn't think this was possible. I can't believe I overlooked this possibility. A god here, alone, trapped in the severed Adra. This explains so much. My magic being ineffective, the essence here being so intense. And you, godlike, with your unfamiliar appearance. You're the missing key to the lock, sealing Naku Kubel. Don't take this the wrong way, but in a different life, I'd have... You are a godlike of this strange, isolated, possibly miserable god. A piece of them resides in you. I have no doubt that like will recognize like. You will open the gates to Naku Kubel, and I will study this metaphysical aberration up close. Go. Find your so-called garden. Report your findings to me. Perhaps there is more to this than either of us alone can see. If there's anything of interest there. A little, yes. Mostly, I'm just pleased that there are still things I'm ignorant of. A good question.
Severing Adra like this requires mass amounts of essence. The souls of
Who knows how many were sacrificed to sever an entire continent? And why? I do Oh, my thanks in return, godlike. It's not often that Kith or... I wish you luck on your journey, if you believe in such things. Just keep in mind that countless dream thralls are on the same... I'm sure you'll survive. If not, well... Let's hope you remain. And you, Orlan, you seem a clever one. Take my grimoire. It will allow you to dispel the barrier I have set before the ruins. You have talent. Not any mage can dispel my illusions.
You want to speak again? Yeah, of course.
She gave you her grimoire. Be careful with that.
I assume you want to... The ruins are far in the northwest. The people here have named that area the... No more wasting time. Off you go. Use the teleporter behind me to leave.
This would make a nice parlor, if you got rid of the corpses.
And off we go! This just happened, right? I didn't... Ringrim liked me? And my spellcraft! And... You were incredible!
You, my dear, have a promising career.
No, Gwilichi would have been so proud if he were here. Like, with Ringrim's grimoire, I think we can go to the ruins and find the garden.
For once, we've outpaced Ludwig.
Then there's no time to waste. I must prepare for Naku Kube.
Let's hope the ruins are warm. I didn't think to bring a coat.